quarter 2 of the Players Era Tournament here in Vegas, and it's game 2 today on TNT from MGM Grand Arena. The Kansas Jayhawks and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish set to do battle in this Geico Players Era event. These two teams have not met on the hardwood since 1988, been almost 38 years, but that drought ends here in the desert of all places this afternoon. Notre Dame and Kansas ready to do battle. We're ready to bring it to you. Brandon Gaudin, Kansas Parker. For Kansas, a couple of tough early losses this season to North Carolina and Duke. No shame in that, but they're still without their freshman star, Darren Peterson. So Kansas a lot more on the shoulders of Trey White.
Yes, and Trey White put that on full display against a Duke team that is number 5 in the country. He did it in a number of ways. He did it on the offensive end, extremely efficient, 22 points, 7 of 13 from the field. But he also did it on the defensive end. You talk about a guy that you don't realize his pure size until you see him at 6'7". He's able to disrupt and dismantle, and he did just that on stage. Let's see if he can carry the load while Darren Peterson is out.
For Notre Dame, it's a team that has struggled a little bit on offense, but when they go good on offense, it's all about Marcus Burton.
Yes, Marcus Burton is their steady Eddie point guard. At 6 foot, you have to be crafty at that size. He does that. He plays at his own pace. He plays steady, and he's able to ignite this offense. He calls his own number a lot, averaging 19 points per game, but he's been spreading the wealth, getting in the paint, and spraying out. Notre Dame shooting 40% from 3 this year.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Of course, those two guys we talked about, White and Burton, are there. They will score it. Don't forget about Floyd Badunga, the big guy for Kansas. He's off to a great start this year. And another good freshman is Jalen Harrelson for Notre Dame. Big recruit for the Irish, and a lot expected of him as well. Bill Self, the veteran, 23rd year at Kansas. Micah Shrewsbury, 3rd season at Notre Dame. He guided Penn State to the NCAA tournament a few years ago, parlayed that into the role in South Bend.
If you're ready to get this party started, we need you to make some noise. Let's go.
And I think the big conversation going into this game is, yes, the guard play of White and Burton, but a bigger thing is the post players. We're talking about the post players this early in the game. Who can dominate in the paint? With Kansas' size, can Notre Dame match up with their physicality?
It's a Notre Dame team that's off to a 4-1 start. That one loss was by a single point at Ohio State. No shame in that. And again, Kansas, their 2 losses against North Carolina and Duke. Here is Marcus Burton, averaging right around 20 a game. Late in the shot clock. Inside against Badunga, and he got it over the big fella.
And it's not by chance that the ball finds the hands of Burton. He is there steadying. He steadies the ship quite often, able to get to his spot and bounce off a much bigger defender.
Second team all-conference last year, now a junior is Burton. He is a leader for Micah Shrewsbury. Here's Badunga. Going to work in the post against Tout. And Tout, good defense.
And a big key for Kansas, they got to keep Badunga out of foul trouble.
They lost track of Garrett Sunder. He got right to the rim.
As Badunga in Kansas doesn't get back in transition defense, but they got to keep Badunga out of foul trouble. When he went out in the first half against Duke, Duke went on a 21-7 run.
Yeah, Bill Self talked about the importance of keeping number 40 on the floor. Here he is, getting to that left hand and scoring it. He's such an improved player from a year ago when he played behind Hunter Dickinson. Notre Dame, Micah Shrewsbury, one of the slowest tempo teams. They like to be very methodic on offense.
And at times as a defender, you get bored guarding, and Notre Dame will get some good looks off of that. Obviously, Shrewsbury's shooting really well to start this season, but Notre Dame will rock you to sleep as Trey White picks up where he left off against Duke. I'm telling you, you know, Darren Peterson, it's unfortunate he's out, but on full displays, a backcourt that could be dangerous.
And as you said, maybe down the road, not having Darren Peterson for these games could end up helping Kansas.
Yeah, well, it forces guys to step up, make plays, and if you want to go far in March and April, you definitely need other guys other than Peterson to be able to score.
They did announce that Peterson will not play in any of the 3 games here in Vegas. He's here, but on the bench for the Jayhawks. But Dunga! Pirouette, got it back. He missed that as well. Here's the coach's son, Braden Shrewsbury. As Candace said, sharpshooter from the outside. Burton drops it off for Tout. There's Shrewsbury. That is what he can do.
And on full display is good to great. If you want an example of good to great, Burton breaks down the teeth of the defense, gets it to Tout. He doesn't take the shot, throws it out. Shrewsbury steps into a 3. That was beautiful basketball on this end.
Ooh, Sundra ran hard into the shoulder of Cole Rosario.
Foul number 7, Cole Rosario.
You can talk about it, but to be about it on offense, the ball touches both sides of the floor, gets into the paint. Tout doesn't take a contested layup, sprays it out. Shrewsbury steps into an easy 3. That's why Notre Dame is shooting 40% from 3 when it comes from inside out. That's like a practice shot.
And Shrewsbury's the leader in that category. Here he is again. Talented freshman Harrelson, and he's going to go to the line.
And talented freshman he is, 6'7". McDonald's All-American consensus top 5. One of the highest recruits for Coach Shrewsbury. It's been interesting to watch him develop early in the season. You know, you're going to see the freshman mistakes, but in this tournament, I think it's a great measuring stick for what he has to work on. Obviously, physicality, playing with pace, under control, not rushing. Those are all things that are freshmen, right?
Yep.
You gotta learn it.
Well, and there's so many great freshmen in the country this year that Harrelson a bit overlooked, but Micah Shrewsbury said, this kid is special. Melvin Council Jr. gives it up. Rosario has it deflected. Trey White gets in the lane, and the foul is going to go against the big man Carson Tout to send us to our first timeout. Notre Dame coming out with some energy, a lot of effort, and a 4-point lead.
Say yes to this ride-on golf cart. And for larger vehicles, Sam's Club Roadside Assistance. Yeah, hi, I'm on the corner of Pants and Pork Rinds.
Clean. I don't get football.
What?
Why do they score by 7?
6.
And the kicker is so little. I worry about him.
Do you even like my nachos?
I love your nachos, man.
Cottonelle leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
150,000 people die every day.
Coming to TNT.
BP's crashing. Chart
Clear.
The Emmy winner for Best Drama. The Pit. Next Monday. Back-to-back starting at 9 on TNT. Say your DVR.
The air in LA is so dry. I feel like it's aging me faster.
No.
It's so cute to see you guys having fun again. It's amazing. It's a banger.
Here we go, baby!
Big 12 football. Big action, big plays.
What a throw! What a catch!
I'm with the crew that's making the moves. Get out of the way, we coming through. We got this, never stop in, and we won't lose. No, we can't lose. See ball, get ball.
Give me everything you got.
You better bring your A game. This is big.
Welcome back to the Geico Players Era. Day 1 coverage on TNT presented by Sam's Club. Notre Dame, good start, 9-5 lead in Vegas. Let's go over to Nabil Kareem.
Hey guys, there's so much turnover right now in college basketball. Kansas is no different. So the next step is how do you bring all these new guys together as a team? Well, Trey White is that guy for Kansas. He's been their connector so far this season. He told me it's a role he takes really seriously. He said he's played with some really good programs over his career. And he said the common denominator for him with those programs was cohesion. And he said in today's climate, there's got to be a bridge that unites older guys, younger guys, and the new guys. And despite being a transfer, White, again, is that glue. He says developing that chemistry is going to be critical for them for winning. He's fully embracing the challenge of bringing the team together, guys.
And he has bounced around a bit from USC to Louisville to Illinois, and now finishing his career at Kansas. And as we said, with Darren Peterson out with that hamstring injury, there he is, not going to play in Vegas. They need more from number 3.
Yes, and you lean on his experience in different styles and different ability to play different positions, guard different positions. I think the thing, yes, I was impressed with the 22 points against Duke, but I was most impressed with the 9 rebounds. Especially as a big, you want your guards to come in and help you out every now and again.
And he showed he can do it. Here's Burton off the bounce, right at Tiller.
And Tiller taking the challenge, but as a post player, you're taught to take away that first pull-up jump shot, but Burton using his speed and craftiness. He's 6 foot.
And that might be standing on a phone book. I mean, he's also
listed at
6
foot.
He's listed 6 foot and 190 pounds. I think he might be a little less than that, but he is fearless. Double team on Tiller.
And for this Kansas offense, they need Rosario and they need Council Jr. to open it up from beyond the arc to give some space to these big fellas down low.
Just got it off before the clock, but no bucket. Harrelson a little out of control. It will stay with Notre Dame.
And right here, Burton taking on the challenge, getting into the teeth of the defense, not being afraid of a much bigger Tiller. Watch this. He's able to use his body. Tiller tries to time it. Burton's just too crafty. He's got the floater game. He's got the drive layup, the pull-up step back. We've seen that on full display this early in the first half.
And Micah Shrewsbury said he is a bucket getter. He had 25 Wednesday in their win against Bellarmine.
And again, Kansas switching these pick and rolls with their bigs.
Ooh, lost his footing. Pulls up. Hits the deck. Tiller grabs it. Council so quick in transition. Badunga. Yes, with the left.
And Badunga, we call that a textbook buddy pass, post to post. Badunga slams it home. It's a textbook rim run.
That's something Micah Shrewsbury said he was worried about, facing the combination of Tiller and Badunga. Daunting task. Serta, he's a three-point shooter off the bench, but this time he drives it, and he's going to draw the foul on the big man Badunga.
And sometimes your three-point shot opens up that drive. Right here, Badunga, great seal, powerful slam dunk. Coach Self's got to be happy at that rim run. Look at this. This is textbook. This is like a drill that you run at shoot-around.
He was using that Badunga dunk in there, right? Creating some space. I just couldn't resist.
I like that.
Apologies in advance.
I like that.
My parents are watching. They don't own me. He picks up his first foul. That'll be something to watch because Bill Self a little worried about the foul troubles that Badunga and Tiller have picked up early in the season. Badunga dribble handoff to Council. On the baseline, 15-footer is pure for Bryson Tiller.
We say paint to great. Council Jr. getting the assist, getting to the paint, spraying out to Tiller. That was nice offense on that end.
Council is the initiator of that offense, number 14 in white, almost 6 assists a game.
And the thing about these two teams that sticks out early, they're not going to take tough contested shots at the beginning of shot clock. They're going to make your defense work as Badunga gets the monster block.
He can do that. 6'10" native of the Congo, swatting it right out of bounds.
And Badunga Tiller, it's like a my turn, your turn thing. They're averaging 6.5 blocks on the year. Times it perfectly. It's an advantage to be a left-handed shot blocker. They teach you to block with your left hand, but you don't always do that. Your dominant hand stands out. Obviously, Badunga mastering that.
His first, team second.
Foul on Jai. Our first game here today at this arena. It was all Tennessee. They just raced away from Rutgers early. This one already has a much different feel to it. Council gets to his spot and gets the bounce.
And again, Trey White subs out. They put the ball in Council Jr.'s hands, and he's able to take advantage, get into the paint.
Another guy with so much experience, a fifth-year senior in Council. Now Burton, he's got the much taller Badunga on him. Gonna take him outside. A rebound to Tiller.
And what a luxury to have, to be okay switching pick and rolls like Kansas, taking your big away from the basket, because guess what? You got another one that can defend the paint.
And Tiller can step out and hit that three. Sir Muhammad slips it into Jai, and he is fouled. And if that's on Tiller, and it is, he now has 2. So what did we talk about? Tiller with 2, Badunga has 1, and we haven't even played 8 minutes.
And that had to be a conversation that Coach Shrewsbury told his guys. You got to get to the paint. Kansas's bigs are foul prone. They will go for pump fakes, and now here we're looking 8 minutes into the game with Tiller with 2 fouls.
Senior Keba Jai, 2 shots. TNT Sports coverage of the Players Era is presented by Sam's Club. Join Sam's Club today. Celebrate the season of yes and say yes to everything you need and want for the holidays. And by DirecTV. Stream DirecTV satellite free.
We talked about the versatility of Trey White. Look, out as a guard, now blocking out as a post player. What stood out to me was his size when I first saw him. I didn't realize he was as long and athletic in person.
And it's a lot stronger than he was a few years ago at USC, that's for sure. Gives it up to McDowell. McDowell from the wing, in rhythm, but in and out. Notre Dame able to secure it.
And Badunga getting away with a possible over-the-back foul.
Burton, that shot fake from behind. Jackson with a clean block. And now Jackson feeding it into Badunga. And the cutter is White, no whistle. Burton rejected. Badunga turning defense into offense.
And you know what we call that, Brandon? We call that weight room right there. Big on little crime. Badunga gets the block on one end, insult to injury, the and one on the other end. Burton tries to pull up. Badunga says no way. Kansas Notre Dame tied. Badunga to the line when we get back.
Let's go, boys.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you. Looking good. Keep it up.
But when you have Geico Insurance, you'll always be heard. They have top-notch customer service with people who really care.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
Cool. Could you pass the ball?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Just pass the ball.
Yeah, just pass.
Okay.
Pass it.
All right.
It feels good to be heard. Day season. Deck your halls with mayhem. Christmas Maximus. All season long. Only on TNT.
What are we watching?
Music, please. Buddy Snowball Showdown, Kids Triple, Dog Dare, Clark's Lights Blind, The Neighbors, Elf wraps the gifts with care, Wonka's boat gets creepy, I'll get you, she'll confess. All I watch for Christmas on TBS.
We're gonna need more rims. Dunkman's no joke. I've assembled the best dunkers in the world, each ready to throw down for the title. But only one can walk away with the trophy. Oh my goodness! This, there we go, is, how about that, Dunkman.
All even first half action here in Vegas, Notre Dame and Kansas. While we were away, they did upgrade that foul to a flagrant, so Kansas is going to get 2 free throws here.
The last play has been upgraded to a flagrant one. Number 3, Marcus.
Well, they say if there's no clear intent to get the basketball, and he was going for the ball, but he also fully wrapped him up, Candace.
Well, I think that's old school, trying to prevent a player from getting an easy layup after getting blocked on the other end. I don't think there was anything malicious behind that, but the way the rule is written, you have to go for the ball.
Such a jump again from last year. They had Hunter Dickinson the last couple of seasons, but now Badunga is the guy inside. And see with his shot blocking ability, his offensive ability, he is ready and up to the task here as a sophomore.
And already 2 20-point games. As you saw, his activity and energy, I think, changes the way that Kansas can attack, not only in the half court, but also in transition. He's able to get others easy buckets.
And a pretty good foul shooter at over 70%. Nabil, what do you have?
Yeah, talking about Flo Badunga, you know, Bill Self has said that he's probably the most improved player on this team. And I talked to Flo yesterday, and he said, I'm just more confident right now. I'm being aggressive, and I'm trying to play up to my potential. And it's not just the scoring. Self said he's seen a big jump in how he sees the game. And you guys had mentioned playing behind Hunter Dickinson last year. Gave him a front row education on positioning, screening, reading, double teams, things you really don't see in a box score, guys.
And he's got 8 already for Bill Self's crew.
There's being active and there's being rushed. And I think a lot of players that come in that are athletic feel like they have to play rushed and fast. And sometimes slowing down and utilizing your athleticism and your activity is extremely effective.
This has a chance to be a 6 or 7 point possession for Kansas. I don't think I've ever seen a 7-point possession.
So you're rooting for the 3?
I'm just interested, you know, have we ever had one? Badunga, a 6-point possession, and all 6 go to number 40.
And we call that a double Barry. Maybe we change it to a double Badunga. 2 feet in the paint, numbers, hands out. If you're a teammate, you don't give him the ball. You're going to go sit next to Coach Self.
It is a 10-2 run right now. The Jayhawks, after a slow start, they are awake.
And again, right here, 2 feet, calm, patient, doesn't rush, goes over that right shoulder, nice left hook. He's got a really soft touch. You talked about him being a great free throw shooter. You can tell when he's around the basket.
Late in the shot clock, they got to put it up. They've now missed their last 7 shots of the Irish. Double on Badunga. He finds White, and White will go to the line.
And they're doubling Badunga, and the worst thing for a guard to do is to pass and stand. White doing a great job giving it up, cutting into the middle of the paint. Badunga, he's doing a little bit of everything today. I'm a big believer you should get an assist if Trey White knocks down these 2 free throws.
You want to change that?
Yes.
Well, you know
I would
some
have
people.
a lot more assists.
Candace, you know some people. You can have that conversation. All the stops. And last year, good season at Illinois. Had a lot of talent around him, but this year really taking off at Kansas as a senior. Misses the second, though.
So you wouldn't get an assist, but if he hits both, maybe you
Okay, so if he hits one, do you get a half an assist? No?
I'm for it.
Okay. A bump inside, they're going to get that on Jamari McDowell.
Foul on Jamari McDowell, his first, team's fifth.
And Notre Dame has to be careful here. They're not getting stops, so Kansas is able to come down, set their defense. They're playing against a half-court defense that's already set. Here, Shrewsbury finding iron on that three, but Notre Dame has to be able to steady the ship. It steadies by getting a stop here on the defensive end.
There's another double on Flory Badunga. So they work it around the arc. Three on the way, Rosario, way too much. Look who's there. My, Badunga, what a half!
Badunga, a man amongst others. This man has impacted the game in so many different ways. Offensive glass, check. Rosario a little bit off the mark. A tough task for the front court of Notre Dame to block out Badunga. Again, there have been a couple drills that you run as a player every time you practice. And that was one of them. Shedding the block out, going up and grabbing the rebound.
That's where Bill Self said he's so good. He said he is about as active of a player as I've ever coached. He's just all over the place. Harrelson able to get to the line and try to stop this drought. Notre Dame, they've missed their last 8 shots, and things have really stalled for the Irish.
Well, what's impacting Notre Dame is Kansas has done a good job of settling in, not aborting the mission of switching their bigs onto Burton. I think the size has impacted him getting the ball back, which has stalled Notre Dame's offense. Burton has to create for Notre Dame to be successful.
Harrelson does get the bounce. Well, moments ago, Jaden Dawson, senior, transferred in from Loyola Chicago. Clearly something bothering him on that right-hand wrist area, so he went back to the locker room. Good three-point shooter is Dawson. And remember, they're already without their star, Darren Peterson. White driving on Tout. And lost it in the air. Deflected, they say, by Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame on that possession. Great half-court defense, taking away the penetration and making it tough for White getting to the rack. White lived in the rack in that first half against Duke. Whether it was getting in there, getting fouled, finishing, pull-ups, he was in his bag against Duke in the first half.
I think Kansas, again, they were without Darren Peterson that game. They kept that close to the end. There are no moral victories. Bill Self wanted to win, but I think there was a lot to learn for the Jayhawks.
It's also difficult as a team when you're scouting against Kansas and you're used to talking about Darren Peterson for him to not play.
And now this guy moves up to the top of the scouting report, Trey White. Largest lead, 8 points right now for the Jayhawks. Harrelson right to the rim.
And I love that drive. We talk about going east and west to set up your north-south, but straight line drivers off the catch. Right here, this young fellow taking on contact head to rim. It was going to be 2 points and the foul, or just the foul, the way that he drove on that possession.
They say he's put on about 15 pounds of muscle since he got on campus this summer. He's an Indiana kid from outside of Indianapolis. Cannot complete the three-point play.
Tiller back in with those 2 fouls. Coach Self trusting the big fella to not pick up a third.
Here he is. Yep, with a right hand.
Did he take off from the Bet MGM logo?
Supremely athletic. The kid from Atlanta.
And Notre Dame low side help just was like, yep, you got it.
Yeah.
No posters.
We'll get out of your way. Let you have this moment. Harrelson trying to get some separation. And Tout the one to hit that out of bounds, so it goes to Kansas.
You got right here, pick, solid roll, low man help side. Get out the way. What's Burton gonna do with that?
Burton learned his lesson earlier with Badunga.
Burton messed with one big. He wasn't gonna mess with another.
That was what they call a business decision.
Yep, I'm for that, especially in Vegas.
13-3 run here for Kansas inside of 8 minutes. They're going to get Tout, Notre Dame center, with his second foul. Well, Notre Dame had the early lead, but Kansas sprinting out now to an 8-point advantage. You are watching the Geico Players Era on TNT.
So how did these three end up in this Vegas speakeasy with a story no one will believe? It began with ringside seats from BetMGM. That meant anything was possible. Like chatting with this guy, not that guy, this guy, who knew another guy who gave them a password that led down here, through here, and along here. Oh, not here. And helped them open this door. Actually a bookcase with a hostess named Jules and an epic spot. Make it a night where anything can happen. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
They all want the Emirates NBA Cup.
I'm gonna get that.
30 teams, 6 groups, nowhere to hide. The hungriest will advance. The rest will be left behind.
Now this is high-stakes action.
Everyone wants that cup.
But only one will capture it.
Are you kidding me?
This little light of mine has been dark for quite some time. Then I let in the light to help see more of the light inside of me.
I needed more from my antidepressant, so my doctor added Caplyta, proven to provide greater relief from depression symptoms than an antidepressant alone, building on my progress without starting over. Weight gain and reported sexual side effects were not common.
Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Call your doctor about new or sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks. Report fever, confusion, stiff muscles, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal. Common side effects are sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, dry mouth, feeling tired, and diarrhea. These aren't all the side effects.
Ask your doctor about Caplyta.
Help see more of the light inside of me.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been the Badunga show. He's done a little bit of everything. Kansas has 16 paint points, and a lot of has to do with this guy's activity, his ability to block shots at one end and then finish strong on the other end. That's what we call a double insult. Get in the weight room right there, flagrant foul, ignited this run. Kansas 5 of 7 on their last field goals. And if you're a big, you may not have the ball in your hands a lot on the offensive end, but your activity can dictate the offense. And Kansas is really thriving because Badunga has decided to be active.
And they've been so efficient. Kansas, Candace, has not turned the ball over one time in this ball game.
And it's got to make the basketball purists happy watching these two offensive teams move the ball in search of not just a good shot, but a great shot. You've seen paint to great. We've seen it touch the paint by the post players, by the guards. I mean, it's just been an offensive display today.
Right back into number 40. Shot clock inside 5. Council seeking contact. He doesn't get that, but he does get a tough bucket.
And right there, White putting Council Jr. in a tough position, throwing it to him with 3 seconds, but he probably knew better than us. He was going to get a great pink shot look off, just like Coach drew up.
Well, he was a big scorer last year at St. Bonaventure. Harrelson, no answer.
And Notre Dame has gone away from moving the ball, which is what Kansas defense will do. It'll wear on you, especially going amongst the towers. They have to have on this possession the ball touch one side of the floor and then get back into Burton's hand.
Just 1 for their last 11, the Irish from the field. Here's their leader. Burton spinning. Hope for the foul, he didn't get it.
And Irish, unable to capitalize on the switch. They're switching a big on Burton, taking one big away from the offense, and they can't get the ball inside to their other big.
Tiller, 6'11", but he moves so well. Dangerous pass. How'd he get that in there?
I think everybody's surprised. Sometimes that's you don't know where you're passing. The defense doesn't know where you're passing.
Bill Self threw both of his hands up in the air like, what was that? But it got there, and White will go to the line.
As long as White knew he was throwing it to him, that's what matters.
Trey White at the line for Kansas.
8 points already for Trey White. This is the front end. TNT Sports coverage of the Players Era is presented by Lilly, a medicine company, and by Geico. It feels good to Geico.
And Trey White and Badunga both outscoring Notre Dame by themselves. Those two have been a tough duo to stop for Notre Dame's defense.
If you weren't with us the first few minutes, Notre Dame had all the energy and momentum. Got out to the early lead, but that has changed.
With the old saying, your defense impacts your offense impacts your defense.
There was a good offensive move by Sir Mohammed, the sophomore from Charlotte.
As Mohammed is able, the Irish can now set their defense, get in front, not be on their heels, and hopefully build from there.
They continue to double Badunga. Council getting to his spot.
See, this is what a half-court defense does. Kansas isn't in flow. They're able to then now get out in secondary.
Ooh, they got to look for their best shooter.
But you live with that if you're Coach Shrewsbury.
White tries the lob, but Dunga had to grab it over Burton and eventually puts it in the basket.
I've been so impressed today with his ability to stay poised. He could have forced a tough shot. He took his time, patience, and did a crab dribble. And now the Irish are forcing quick shots.
Giving Badunga that jumper, but he's not going to take it. How about that pass? Burton, good hands, though. Up ahead. Burton driving, and he cannot get it.
Right there, Badunga not blocking the shot, but causing issues on the finish. Notre Dame needed this one.
Yeah, Burton stayed back, a little cherry picking, and he lays it up and in. Meanwhile, Kansas had not had a turnover the whole half. They just had them on back-to-back possessions. White behind the back. Everything was pretty but the finish.
And right there, Notre Dame going into this half, you want to feel good on the offensive end. Your defense has done what it's supposed to the last couple possessions. Let's see what your offense can do.
First meeting for these two schools since 1988. It's been that long since Notre Dame and Kansas have met on the hardwood. Jayhawks by 9 here. Shrewsbury, can't miss him in those highlighter yellows. Into the shot clock, Burton. Tout with an offensive board.
Tout, an outstanding offensive rebounder. Haven't seen him early in this first half as a result of the twin towers of Tiller and Badunga. But we're here in Las Vegas looking at the Sphere.
And it's looking at you.
He's definitely tuned into our game.
And Doug.
There it is, Limu, the 50-yard line. Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. To save people hundreds! Whoa!
get them at halftime. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Introducing Black Friday Game Day, a full day of epic matchups with the return of Black Friday football when the Bears take on the Eagles.
Touchdown!
Then the Emirates NBA Cup heats up in a doubleheader with Bucks Knicks and Mavs Lakers. It all tees off when 4 elite PGA Tour players face off in a skins game. Black Friday Game Day starts this Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern with NFL kickoff at 3 p.m. only on Prime.
Ashley's biggest sale of the year gets even better this week. Shop Black Friday doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Save up to $1,000 on your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 60 months with no money down. This week only at Ashley. Have you had your Hershey's?
Oh, I gotta come clean. I don't get football.
What?
Why do they score by 7?
6.
And the kicker is so little. I worry about him.
Do you even like my nachos?
I love your nachos, man.
Cottonelle leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
Well, what are the teams playing for? They're playing for some money, but they're also playing for this dandy Geico trophy that the winning team will receive. Some Kansas fans sporting that out, and right there in the middle of the casino. By the way, the format, so we talked about this earlier, but it's good to remind people. Second year of this event, 18 teams this year. Monday, Tuesday, you know who you're playing, you know what's going on. After day 2, all 18 teams ranked by record and tiebreakers. And one of the key tiebreakers is margin of victory. I think that's why Tennessee's 25-point win earlier today over Rutgers, that could loom large.
Well, this is an international kind of style of basketball. When you learn you play overseas, every point differential. I remember the first time I went overseas and everyone was screaming and the other team was up 29 and they were going hard and I was confused. You know, it's only in America where you kind of lighten the load and don't take the last shot with, 15 seconds. So we'll see some of that in this tournament, which I like. Keeps it competitive to the end.
Yeah, these coaches know the importance of the points, of the point differential in this tournament. Something to track. Burton 7. Shrewsbury did hit the 1-3. He's got a couple other looks that he hasn't been able to knock down yet for Notre Dame.
I think a big key for Notre Dame is to continue to lean heavy on your half-court defense. No fouls. And you could possibly get back in this thing and make it a one-possession game going into halftime.
So I'm sure Micah Shrewsbury would be thrilled with at this point. Shot fake. Working around the arc to Council. Tiller, shot fake, beautiful, and he'll get to the line for 2.
And as a defender, especially with a 30-second shot clock, start getting a little antsy as the clock ticks down. Kansas patient on this. Tiller capable outside shooter. Jai bounce or bites on the pump fake, and man, what a luxury Coach Self has. Badunga goes out, Tiller comes in, you run your offense through your big.
But that's the difference, right, between Badunga and this guy, Tiller. Badunga, he's not going to step out and shoot that 3, but you have to honor that with Tiller.
And Tiller does a great job of not taking bad contested threes. He sells the pump fake, as we've seen in the first half, his monster jam.
Part of such a talented freshman class. Bryson Tiller, 5-star freshman from Atlanta. Try to curl it in there. Ajay threw it away.
And again, Notre Dame cannot capitalize on the mismatch in the paint with a big on a guard.
It's been a story this first half. Now Tiller closer to the bucket. Boy, he can do it all.
Pretty little Tim Duncan action. Little crab dribble. Takes his time. That's the thing I love about the Kansas bigs. They're taking their time.
Short on the 3 attempt from Ryder Frost. Trey White gives it up. Council in rhythm. Well, it's 4-on-4 right now. Got 2 in the backcourt. So So with the extra space, Burton attacks and draws the foul on McDowell.
And right here, Tiller doing a great job. Patience is a superpower. As you see him doing that little crab dribble, you got to respect the middle drive, and then he just gets back to that nice glass. That is one of the sweetest shots if you're a post player. Right off the top of the corner of that glass.
He's got
my favorite shots.
I was going to say, back in the day, you could hit a few of those.
One of my favorite shots.
1-1 here for Burton.
And this could go either way these last 2 minutes. If you're Notre Dame, you got to set your defense. You got to take good shots on the other end. You can't get rushed by Kansas's defense. And the ball has to be in Burton's hands in terms of decision making.
8-point game inside of 2 minutes here in the first. Tiller, strong pass. Look at that ball movement. Wow. What a possession for the Kansas Jayhawks.
A nice buddy pass again. The conversation has been the bigs are under control. They're going to make you pay. They're going to make you pick your own poison.
Ball never touched the floor like a hot potato. Bill Self was nodding his head in approval.
And right here, there's a mismatch with a big away from the basket, but they cannot capitalize on finding their big down low.
In transition to the corner, Jackson, yes! 13-point lead.
Good to great. Council passing up that transition contested three to find a wide open Jackson in the corner.
Notre Dame needed that in a bad way. Shrewsbury with his second.
If you're Shrewsbury, you can take early looks.
Yes, but the others, be more selective. Kansas is going to take that timeout. Use it or lose it here. Coming up, players there at halftime presented by Modelo, Adam Lefkoe, Jalen Rose, Jamal Mashburn, Chris Webber up there waiting in the wings. There's Adam. Are you not entertained, he says. Well, he didn't take too kindly to that comment you said earlier, by the way. There's a three-pointer from a moment ago.
And Jackson doing a great job of knocking it down. But honestly, the story has been Badunga and Tiller dominating in the paint. Badunga's doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Off the glass, offensive rebounding, blocking at the other end, running the floor in activity, double berries, sealing, and ones. Have yourself a game. And it's not even halftime.
Well, and imagine putting Darren Peterson into this mix, Candace.
Well, you've got a lob threat, you've got a roller, you've got a front court that can make decisions. I think a superpower as a big is to have an ability to be poised, but also to make passes and pick apart defenses, especially if you're going to draw the double.
Lob, Badunga with three guys in there. Burton takes it away. Trey White a little slow to get back for Kansas. I think he got hit in the face.
Big three.
Yeah, that's huge. Now you get it down to 7 after the Serta triple. But Trey White's going to go right to the end of the bench.
Trey White going back to the locker room with a towel over his nose. I didn't see the last play where he got hit, but right here, big three, timely three to head into halftime. Serta giving the Irish a little something, what they needed, a little momentum.
I think they might go to the monitor and just see what happened on that Trey White play. Remember Kansas earlier, they lost Jaden Dawson. Now Dawson not a starter, but a key player off the bench. He left with an apparent hand wrist injury. And now Trey White, he goes back to the locker room.
But you got to give it to Notre Dame. There's a number of times where this game could have gotten out of control. Kansas not able to pull away. Timely buckets, stopping momentum, able to steady the ship a little bit to give the Irish some momentum going into halftime.
Yeah, how big were those two threes? Watch after he throws the pass. Jai, the elbow just clips him right across the face.
Right here, physical screen, Notre Dame switching the pick and roll. Ooh, right across the bridge of your nose. And that is why I quit boxing. Quit boxing for 1 week. Got hit in the nose and was like, yeah, no more sparring for me.
Wait, when was this?
Back in 2015, I had the crazy idea of doing it. Look at that.
Definitely some
all
blood
over the
coming from that nose.
There is nothing like getting hit in the nose. Can't see.
It's a common play. There is no flagrant for Keba Jai of Notre Dame, but they wanted to look at it and make sure. Just unfortunate for Trey White, unfortunate for Bill Self. But those 2 threes for Notre Dame coming in the last 31 seconds to kind of give this game a different feel going into the locker room.
100%. And if you're Kansas, who do you go to in the pick and roll with Trey White out? I think you put the ball in the hands of Council. I think you bring up Badunga in a pick and roll, and you put Tiller in the post, in the dunker spot, as we like to call it. Make the defense pick their poison.
Council will set the table. Shot clock off. Pass deflected. 3 seconds. Tiller got a hoist. No. So what was a 13-point lead a minute and a half ago is down to 7 at intermission. The Kansas Jayhawks with a 7-point lead over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. After the break, we'll send you to Adam Lefkoe for the Players Era Halftime, presented by Modelo.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura in adults, Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after use. Get help right away for trouble breathing, rash, swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or throat. High blood pressure and Raynaud's syndrome can occur. Get help for high blood pressure, numbness, coolness, pain, or color changes in fingers and toes. Common side effect is nausea. Ask your doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Thought they were out of style. Catching your favorite teams is easy. Whether it's on live TV or streaming, your games are front and center.
We're talking Taylor Fit. DirecTV ain't playing.
They're playing football.
Well, yeah, obviously they're playing football, but they knew what I was talking about.
DirecTV now includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Unlimited.
2, please.
Make that 3. With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment. 3% cash back on salty, 3% cash back on sweet. You know this movie's 3 hours, right?
Good call.
Are you in this one?
Yeah, I'm in this one. Get your tentacles off my 3% cash back. Oh, perfect delivery. Oh, what's in your wallet?
Tier 1 trauma now?
The Emmy winner for Best Drama.
150,000 people die every day.
Starring Emmy winner Noah Wiley.
BP's crashing.
Comes.
Charged. Clear.
To TNT.
Let's go save some lives.
Take a deep breath.
Don't miss your chance to experience
Stay with us.
The Pit next Monday. Back-to-back starting at 9 on TNT. Set your DVR.
TNT Sports. College basketball gets even bigger. College basketball all season long on TNT, True TV, and stream on HBO Max. We go big.
Welcome back, Players Era Halftime, presented by Modelo. Vegas, the white-capped mountains, and all the craziness that happens down in the valley. We got some crazy action going on. It looked like Kansas had full control of this, but 2 late threes by the Fighting Irish have made it a 7-point deficit that they could definitely overcome Kansas's three-point defense was on display early. Notre Dame was 1 of 11 from beyond the arc, but then 2 late threes, and suddenly it is a ball game. Welcome inside the arena. We got Chris Webber, Jamal Mashburn, Jalen Rose, and Adam Lefkoe here. And why don't we start off with Flory Badinga, who's had the pace-setting performance thus far?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. Oftentimes we talk about ball movement, but there's something to be said about the skill of body movement, and that's what he provides. He has the ability to run the floor, rim to rim, and we don't see this enough in these days where you get rim touches and paint touches. He knows how to switch on pick and roll, can guard 1 through 5 on the perimeter. You see right here, he finishes and goes down to knock down a couple of free throws. But what I really like about him is his activity, his pursuit of the ball, 1 foot in the paint. They gotta find him, and then he also can get it off the offensive rebound. And with Darren Peterson out, their lead guy, he really has to be the guy that evolves and really steps up for this particular team, because Kansas also lacks bench depth. But Badinga has been an excellent factor. I think he has 14 points and 6 rebounds at this particular half. So outstanding job by him.
2 of those rebounds being offensive and 2 blocks, because it's not Kansas basketball if you don't have a guy that's among the league leaders in blocks. Trey White was one of those guys that was supposed to step up, left the game with a bloody nose. It was everywhere, but before that, he was playing pretty well.
And you mentioned Darren Peterson being out, and you need other guys to step up into those different roles. And Trey White is one of those guys, along with Badinga, who played well, dominating in the paint. But you know Trey's going to bring that three-point shot that goes with his name. We hope that he could get back into the game after his nose injury. He's bleeding really bad.
All right, and I think it's appropriate. I just realized you got Trey on the jersey, Trey in the name. That's a full package there. Notre Dame is going to go as Marcus Burton goes. And we've seen a mix of play, which is why it seemed like they were going to be down big, and now they've made it a 7-point game.
Yeah, you hit it on the head, Adam. It is a mix of play, and he's going to have to find out, when do I go to work and when do I get others involved? Right here, he has a big on him, so what is he going to do? He's not going to settle. He's going to go inside. Now, look, he made that one, and he may miss some because this team is a good defensive team. Now, right here, he gets out of the way. I like this. He's going to let you go to work, but now you give him back the ball late in the shot clock. That's a tough shot, but I still like him being the one to take it in here. Remember the first play we saw him make the layup? Well, right here, he's going to miss the layup, but do you have the heart to keep coming back in? And what I really like is this team averages 12 turnovers, 13 turnovers a game. They only have 2 in the first half, and that tells me a lot about his patience. It's not just how he's shooting, but it's also his temperament and keeping other guys involved.
Notre Dame started off this game with the lead. We've had 3 lead changes. Why don't we take a look at the first half stats presented by Modelo. Mash, anything jumping out here? Kansas controlling the boards, points in the paint, and neither team really hitting it from deep right now.
I think from Kansas' standpoint, points in the paint and 24 rebounds. Notre Dame's strength is also rebounding as well, at least with Carson. But C-Webb makes a great point. Burton sometimes doesn't have to always score. He needs to get it on the rim at times. And sometimes his missed shots is a great opportunity for his partners to get offensive rebounds, but they got to figure out a way to get in transition.
It's a very un-Notre Dame basketball game. They've been shooting 40% from 3 in the first 5 games, 3 of 13 in the first half. And you mentioned rebounds. They usually have a rebound margin of plus 12. They're down 9 right now.
Different animal with Kansas.
Very different when you're taking on the team in Kansas. Coming up after the break, as I've mentioned many times, we have a bunch of games going on in a different arena on True TV, and one just came down to the end. Baylor Creighton. Hey, what is my cousin doing over there? I told her to stay in the arena. Vegas, a beautiful place, and we got some beautiful highlights of Baylor Creighton coming up next on TNT.
This is the mark of a fighter. A rich, full-flavored lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit. You've earned this, so hold it up high. Modelo.
So what am I getting?
America's best network, kid.
I'll stop the world and melt with you. I'll stop the world and melt with you.
Have you had your Hershey's?
This holiday season, deck your halls with mayhem. Christmas Maximus, all season long, only on TNT. Overload your stocking with maximum merry.
Merry Christmas to all!
Maximum laughs and maximum holiday cheer.
And to all a good night!
24 hours of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation starts Saturday at 8, part of Christmas Maximus on TNT.
NHL on TNT. You want energy?
first couple months of the season, there's a lot of expectations.
Go to work! Steve! Pick it up, pick it up!
You got to be dialed in, feel good, get confident. It's go, go, go. Sets up the tone for the rest of the year.
NHL on TNT.
This is what it's all about.
Here we go!
Players There at Halftime is brought to you by Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
All right, first game over there on True TV. Creighton head coach Greg McDermott, Baylor head coach Scott Drew. And this one was hotly contested from the very beginning. Baylor started off hot from deep. Obi Agbin hitting the three-pointer. 7 threes in total for Baylor. They went 5 of 5 to start the game, so that Creighton defense picked up. Then Blake Harper pulling up the 3 in transition. He would finish with 9. And then the athleticism that is Cameron Carr. You're going to see some highlights from him later. He finished with 21 and 9. And Creighton down 11, make it 8, getting the 3 before the half. Baylor with a 44-36 point lead. The big story of this one, Baylor had 22 offensive rebounds and outscored Creighton 27-7 in second chance points. Here comes Creighton. Had 11 threes in the game. Down 3, not anymore. Hand up, don't worry, I'm knocking it down. Then, towards the end of the game here, Jalen, Baylor up by 2, big time finish.
Great drive transition. It seemed like every time I looked at the TV, Cam Carr was hanging on the rim. Like
Speaking of that,
he has crazy hops and athleticism.
And then C-Webb, this is probably the highlight of the game. Agbim up to Carr.
Oh, nice play. And what about that vision from his point guard? You know, we big fellas, we always get credit for that, but great pass.
And Yesufu, the young one who's showing all that potential. Remember, we had like VJ Edgecombe there last year. Scott Drew knows how to get it. This is over there on True TV, taking a live look in. Iowa State made their first 3 shots of the game. This is one of the premier matchups in all of college basketball.
Yeah, this is going to be defense, defense, defense. At the end of the day, well, let's see how St. John's responds. We've watched them throughout the course early on. Let's see where they can actually take their offense and if they can knock down some threes.
So that game is at an arena across town on a different network. But you want to, and Michigan is going to be playing on that network the last game of the night. But we got Michigan fans right here already.
Baby, we travel.
Ready to cheer on Jalen Rose and C-Webb. You guys travel, huh?
I saw one Kentucky fan. There you go right there. I see one Kentucky fan.
Yeah, we did put the
Get them Michigan fans. Read about Michigan fans.
This is a big week for the Wolverines. We got Ohio State.
Oh,
You gonna end that too?
That's easy. That's 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Let's keep it going, baby.
Second half of Kansas Notre Dame. Can Notre Dame come back? We'll find out next on TNT.
Eczema is unpredictable, but you can flare less with Ebglyss. A once-monthly treatment for moderate to severe eczema that helps you spend less time managing your symptoms.
Ebglyss can deliver real and lasting results, like skin that's still more clear at 1 year.
Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Clearer skin, itch relief. Once monthly dosing with or without topicals. You can flare less with Ebglyss. Talk to your doctor about Ebglyss for eczema.
Faces with this morning.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be here.
Talk to me at the end of the day.
The Emmy winner for Best Drama
Coming through, let's go.
Is it always this busy?
Welcome to the pit.
comes to TNT.
BP's crashing.
Clear.
Pulse is thready.
Stay with us. No matter how good you are, you're going to make a mistake. That's called being an emergency medicine doctor.
The Pit, next Monday. Back-to-back starting at 9 on TNT. Say your DVR.
Here we go, baby! Big 12 football. Big action, big plays.
What a throw, what a catch. I run with the crew that's making the moves. Get out of the way, we coming through. We got this, never stopping, and we won't lose. No, we can't.
ball, get ball.
Give me everything you got.
You better bring your A game. This is big.
Halftime Players Era here in Vegas. Kansas 39, Notre Dame 32. It was a 13-point lead, but cut down to 7. Let's take a look at today's Geico game summary. 3 3-pointers for Notre Dame, but 2 of those came in the last minute, and that's how they cut it from 13 to 7. We'll see what the second half brings. I'll tell you this, Brandon and Candace back with you courtside. Those Kansas bigs are a force to be reckoned with, Tiller and Badunga, and they were tough for Notre Dame to handle in that first half.
Yes, the Twin Terrors, not the Twin Towers, because they wreak havoc in the paint. They have Kansas up big, 22-12 with paints in the paint. A little big-to-big action right here. I think they practiced that move at Kansas because that crab dribble, we saw a lot of that. And then also a lot of activity from Badunga. You talk about the Twin Terrors combining for 10 of 17 from the field, 23 points, 13 rebounds. They're giving Kansas the advantage on the boards, 24-15. It's been won in the paint in that first half for the Jayhawks.
And White is back on the floor, but they go into Badunga for the bucket, and he continues to provide offense and defense.
I think everybody and their mama, your mama, Notre Dame, knew where the ball was going to go coming out of the first half. Badunga, a great seal. His activity and his ability to play with poise has been crucial for the Jayhawks in this first half.
He's setting the tone for them. Harrelson's been quiet so far, but the very talented freshman gets the bucket there.
And Harrelson is the one that I think has the ability, the size, the strength to go in there amongst the trees of Kansas.
Cole Rosario spinning it back up top. So good to have this guy back out there for Kansas. Had the blood on the jersey. They must have had a backup number 3. Here he is in the corner. And he puts up a floater that's an air ball, so the shot clock didn't reset. Badunga puts it in.
Just anything that is in the paint, that is around the basket, Tiller and Badunga are doing a great job of just giving Notre Dame problems on the glass.
And Micah Shrewsbury said, we have not faced 2 bigs together this year, let alone 2 bigs like Kansas has. That was a concern for them. Tough bucket there by Burton.
And they're going to need Burton to step up. He was huge for them in the early minutes on the offensive end for the Irish. They're also going to have to figure out ways to take advantage of that mismatch. Kansas is switching a post on a guard, which means a guard is guarding a post in the paint.
The other way. Nabil.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Coach Shrewsbury at the half, and he reinforced what you guys were talking about. They need to be better in the paint on both ends of the floor. He thought they were a step slow on their rotations. They didn't have great gap integrity. Offensively, they did attack, but they were trying to score on their initial paint touch. He wants them to attack, hit the paint, kick it out, and then attack again to get the defense scrambling.
It's a tough task against this crew. Blocked. Badunga, another one. He's got 3 today. White on the reverse.
And Kansas again getting out in transition, now able to set their half-court defense, which the Irish have had trouble scoring against. But if you're Notre Dame and you're only down by 9, shooting 35% from the field and 23% from 3, if you can get something going, Harrelson going downhill, Burton, I think you could get some things going. Uh-oh.
Yeah, carry. You don't see that called much anymore.
You got right here, Harrelson getting in there, and Badunga erasing that, and then Council Jr. finding White in transition.
Jayhawks 9-point lead inside of 17 remaining. Council, the distributor. And Tiller is going to draw a foul against Sundra.
And again, Tiller has gotten the Notre Dame Irish to bite on that pump fake quite a bit. He's a very capable shooter from out there. But the thing I'm most impressed, they are passing up good to get great, which is putting a lot of pressure on this Irish defense. And offensively, you think about a team, both offenses combined only 7 turnovers thus far in this game. So they're taking care of the ball. It's just whether you can get good looks on goal.
Badunga, there's a good look. Strong rebound by Tout. Tout doesn't give them much on offense, but he is one of the best rebounders in the country. In fact, he's the active leader in rebounding in Division I basketball. Burton down the lane, stops on a dime, out to Shrewsbury. A strong rebound by Tiller. Tiller tried to feed it in, but he threw it wide of his teammate Flory Badunga.
One of the few mistakes that Tiller's made, put the ball on this floor before he realized his buddy, his running mate, had a deep seal. You got to throw it up to the big fella.
But that last possession for Notre Dame, more of what Micah Shrewsbury wants, get it into the paint, then kick it back out.
Yes, but again, there was a little on Tout. I feel like you have to find him rolling to the basket or get a good look up where he could take advantage on the offensive glass right there.
There he is.
It's too late.
He is able to score it, though, over Badunga.
And right there, it didn't have to be that hard. You know the roller, you know they're switching. You got to find a way to find your big on that mismatch against the guard.
First points for Tout. Cross-court skip, Council rolls off on it.
And right there, great in, out. They're doubling Badunga. Council ready to knock it down.
Burton with the right on the left side, and we got a 5-point game.
And these Irish silence every run, whether it's a Tout hustle play, roll to the rim, Burton, steady Eddie.
And Burton, 14 points. Remember, last year he was the 5th leading scorer in the country, folks. He can get you buckets. Double on Tiller. Shot clock inside 5. White. Council. Short. White had it. Is able to secure it. Locked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jayhawks when we get back.
And right here, the Irish making it a 5-point game. A lot of it because of Tout's ability to hustle, control the glass, and then Burton, steady Eddie, gets to where he wants to go. 5-point game, Kansas up 45-40.
Emmitt Smith is a legendary football and dancing star, but he also has Geico like a regular person. So we had one translate.
The whole routine was getting stale.
His last insurance company wasn't doing it for him.
So, this fox had to trot.
He switched to Geico.
Like 5, 6, 7, 8, 900.
Dollars. He saved over $900 by switching.
You're not Emmitt Smith, but we'll treat you like him. It feels good to get the star treatment. It feels good to Geico.
They all want the Emirates NBA Cup.
I'm gonna get that.
30 teams, 6 groups, nowhere to hide. The hungriest will advance. The rest will be left behind.
Now this is high-stakes action. Everyone wants that cup.
But only one will capture it.
Did you know a soccer ball weighs 14 ounces? Do you know what else can weigh about 14 ounces? Your heart. That's not a coincidence. That's what makes us dangerous. Because when you lead with one, you can take the other anywhere.
Wait, what?
Okay, guys, let's go. We can't be late for practice. I'll explain in the car.
This holiday season, deck your halls with mayhem. Christmas Maximus, all season long, only on TNT.
You are watching the Geico Players Era on TNT. Notre Dame, closest they've been since the midway point of the first half. The only loss was at Ohio State. They had a chance to win that game, couldn't get it done. Certainly if they could somehow get this done, it would be their first marquee win of the season.
Yes, first marquee win. They're not going away. Have trouble early with the front court and physicality of the Jayhawks, but if they can get a couple threes to go, as we saw them in the half with one, they're only 3 of 13 on the season, shooting 40%. Obviously, you're not going to shoot at that clip, but better than the 23% that they're shooting right now. I think it'll loosen things up.
Third year for Micah Shrewsbury at the helm of the program. Obviously, all those years, 23 of them with Mike Bray at the helm. It's the first year Micah Shrewsbury says, I've got all my guys. It's his team this year. Kansas with a shot clock inside 5, and a foul is going to be called on Carson Tout.
Tout doing a little bit of everything to try to get around Badunga. Badunga has done a great job of sealing. You talk about this numbers to your passer. Tout going underneath the pass. I don't know about that. I don't know how you guard Badunga if you call that.
And Candace, that's 3 on Tout. They cannot afford to lose their big man. Council knocks down the 3 on a great pass from number 3, Trey White.
And I love the confidence, the point towards the bench. You know, one of the coaches probably told him to keep shooting. Missed a couple early catch and shoots in this second half, but knocked that one down.
It's a great score at St. Bonaventure last year. Different role this year at Kansas for Council, more of a facilitator. Burton has it stripped, and it went off his leg. Good defense from Bryson Tiller.
Right here, Kansas, the ball touches both sides of the floor. Penetration, catch and shoot. Council knocks it down. He's 1 of 4. That was his lone 3-pointer. So I love a guy that doesn't pass down an open shot. There are good shots you have to take for the offense.
Badunga against Tout, remember, playing with 3 fouls. White looking to create. Council again. Back to back.
Same spot. Confidence is unbelievable, especially as a shooter. When you have the confidence of your team and they're telling you to shoot, then you're able to knock those 2 huge threes down.
That one does drop for Harrelson to stop the mini run for Kansas. But Council, he had been struggling. He was 1 of 13 from deep on the year coming into today, and Bill Self said he just needs to see it go through the basket. And he has. Tiller, he puts it through the basket.
And that right there, the ball touches the baseline for your post player. The other post player dives down the middle, and good luck stopping that cut.
Burton had 2 twin towers there. They find Harrelson. That's one Achilles heel in that young man's game. He has not been able to find his range outside.
Right here, Kansas, what a luxury to have a guard that can pass, but also 2 bigs that find each other. There have been a number of assists tonight that have been big to big. It's just been fun watching that front court develop over these last couple games. I feel like they know where one another are, and that's a luxury. Both of them are going to draw doubles. Both of them are going to be relied on to make decisions with the ball in their hands, and they've done an amazing job for this Kansas Jayhawks offense, especially with Peterson out.
Yeah, it felt like they grew up against Duke without Peterson, and I think you're seeing that continue today.
And if you're Peterson, you're watching this, and you're seeing the fact that they're going to have to put 2 on you at times, and you're going to have to trust your teammates and their decision-making.
Well, nobody stopped Burton. Right to the rim for number 3.
And that was smooth right there. And again, right back in it. Irish seem like they're countering every Jayhawks run.
They got a chance to draw it even closer. Sundra in the corner. Got a good look. McDowell, no hesitation. Micah Shrewsbury always so animated over there directing traffic. Great coach, learned under Brad Stevens. Matt Painter, been in the NBA with the Celtics under Brad Stevens. Down inside, Sundra almost traveled and then got it blocked.
And the length of Kansas again. Tiller coming help side, blocking that shot.
Council. Ooh. But the last 2 look good. That one, somebody opened the barn door.
It was from a different spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Last 2 came from the left side.
So crafty, Marcus Burton.
And again, Marcus Burton quiets every run that the Jayhawks try to go on. Right here, the savvy do-it-all point guard takes his time and gets 2 going to the line when we come back.
The job search. It's so impersonal. Sometimes all you feel like is a walking resume. And the jobs you do find are just bad fit after bad fit. What's this? Indeed Career Scout, your personal career coach. Can it find jobs tailored to you? And help you get seen for all your skills? Well, the future of job searching has arrived. Try it at Indeed.com/CareerScout.
Anthony Bourdain's Prime Cuts digs deep into the parts unknown archives.
I hope you'll enjoy this stuff that we never aired before.
Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown Prime Cuts, now streaming exclusively on the CNN app.
150,000 people die every day.
Coming to TNT.
BP's crashing. Chart clear.
The Emmy winner for Best Drama. The Pit. Next Monday. Back-to-back starting at 9 on TNT. Say your DVR.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
This is the Big 12, where 16 teams battle in a new era of college football. From the Rocky Mountains to Florida, TNT Sports uncovers the untold stories of these programs.
Let's move with it.
Big 12 Uncovered reveals the sweat, the swagger, and the dreams. Every Saturday, take a behind-the-scenes journey with a different program in one of the nation's toughest conferences.
We play on TNT.
Big 12 Uncovered, Saturday on TNT.
Welcome back to the Geico Players Era. Day 1 coverage on TNT presented by Sam's Club. Some games also over on True TV. Baylor beat Creighton. We had Tennessee here in our first game at MGM Grand Garden Arena, and Tennessee ran away from Rutgers 85-60. Got a good one now, though. Kansas, they're trying to pull away, but Notre Dame, they just won't let it happen.
And they've done it by getting to the paint. You talk about it being 22-12 in the first half points in the paint. Well, now it's 26-30. It's still advantaged Kansas, but they've done it with rolls. They've done it through the pass. They've done it through penetration with Marcus Burton. He's done a great job of using his speed, his pace to attack the mismatch because Kansas is switching a big on him every time. So the Irish have countered every run that Kansas has thrown at them.
He's got 18. There's the junior from Mishawaka, Indiana. Played at Penn High School, which is just 9 miles from the Notre Dame campus. So he knew all about what was going on in South Bend. And now in his 3rd season there with Micah Shrewsbury, and he's going to get a little breather right now.
And he's going to get a breather to come back in and hopefully lead this offense. I've got to imagine it's going to be pretty quick.
Looking for Badunga. They get it down to him. He goes right at Kebachai. Cannot score it, though.
And Notre Dame not doubling on that possession, not giving up the easy buddy-to-buddy pass we've seen so many times, making Badunga score over length.
Harrelson goes right at Badunga, kicks it out. Sir Muhammad, air ball.
And again, if you're not Shrewsbury, somebody else has got to step up and knock down the three. They're shooting 23% from beyond the arc. They're doing everything that they can to get to the paint, but when you draw defenders, you got to be able to confidently kick out to shooters.
And again, coming in, Notre Dame had shot it so well from beyond the arc at over 40% as a team. That's a great number. Different story today. White on the baseline, hit the underside of the goal. Muhammad tried to start the break and lost it. And a tie-up, it will keep it on this end.
And who else below that pile? Uh-oh. Coming up, grabbing his back. But every play that they've made, yeah, his back should hurt. He's been carrying them. Carrying the load of this Jayhawks through offense, through defense, blocking shots, activity, effort. I've got no notes on this young man.
He's going to stay on the floor for now. They've been dinged up today. Remember, White left, came back. Still haven't seen Jaden Dawson since he exited in the first half. Harrelson gets to his spot, but Badunga erases it again. He's got 5 of those today. Bounces around. Muhammad somehow grabs it. What a battle. Shrewsbury.
Ball finds the shooter, but the Irish doing a great job. They've lived off the offensive glass. It's been tough early with this Kansas length, but second chance points is what they want. Playing through those block shots.
Kansas, it is down to 4.
And the Notre Dame bench off their feet, cheering their guys on for their no quit on that possession.
Such a scrappy team. McDowell drives a bump against Braden Shrewsbury. Well, Micah Shrewsbury, one word that he always uses about his teams, be it at Penn State when he was there or now at Notre Dame, he said he wants them to be gritty, the tougher team. And you're seeing that toughness on display.
And must I say, to be the coach's kid, I think those that have been can relate. How difficult that must be to have your father as the coach. You know everything is your fault.
He's got another son that is going to be there next year. Nicholas, a shooting guard, is committed to Notre Dame in the 26 class as well.
But it also says a lot about you as a father when your sons want to come, they want to play for their father, they want to be a part of that legacy. There's nothing like it. Make it a family affair. I'm for it.
Harrelson showing much more aggression in this second half. Muhammad with a little hook.
Muhammad, not known to knock down the outside shot, does a great job. Goes inside where he's more comfortable. Gets Notre Dame within 4.
Under 8 minutes, and the Jayhawks cough it up. Muhammad leads the break, out to Serta. They got the look they wanted.
And I know your arm has to be sore because every big shot.
I like you, that little chicken wing.
I elbow you a little bit.
Badunga taken away. Muhammad stripped it. Harrelson gets stripped on the other end. 2-on-1. Tiller for 2.
And
how about this action?
You got to live with the decision making in the full court. When the game opens up and it speeds up, sometimes you're going to turn the ball over. I love the effort and the grit of both teams.
Good crowd in here. This one developing a good feel. Muhammad, no. Tiller to the block, fading. That is pretty.
And right there, Coach Shrewsbury calls timeout immediately. That was a pretty bump fade to the outside right there. We've seen the most amount of post-ups in the last 2 minutes than we've seen all game right here. Tiller, that is pretty.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
At Verizon it is. Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal.
Isn't Verizon expensive?
No. Better deal, best 5G network. I'll take this little red situation here.
Don't call it that.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal today.
On your way.
You're not as cool as Verizon.
Ponvory is approved for the treatment of relapsing forms of multiple sclerosis in adults. Ponvory lowers the number of white blood cells, lymphocytes, in your blood. Usually, this will return to normal within 1 to 2 weeks of stopping treatment. Ponvory can increase your risk of serious infections that can be life-threatening and may cause death. Ponvory can cause your heart rate to slow down, especially after you take your first dose. Do not take Ponvory if in the last 6 months you had a heart attack, unstable angina, stroke, or other severe heart conditions, including certain types of abnormal heart rhythm. The most common side effects of Ponvory include upper respiratory tract infections, elevated liver enzymes, and high blood pressure. Starting treatment with Ponvory will begin with the starter pack. Ask your doctor about Ponvory or visit ponvory.com to learn more. By Vanda Farm.
The scent won't stop you stinking. You need the right tool for the job. Mando makes sure that your armpits are up to code. Don't mask it. Mando it.
It is time for the Geico moments of the game. Flory Badunga, career-high 5 blocks.
Yes, and he's doing it in so many ways. Help side, on ball. He's that lucky lefty, and when I tell you a shot blocker that's blocking right-handers with a left hand, it is an advantage. You look at this front court, have yourself a game. Goodness, 17 rebounds, 6 blocks combined, efficient. They've made good decisions with the ball in their hands. I mean, listen, Coach Shrewsbury knew that his team was up against a tough task, and the physicality of Kansas, if anybody tuned in, they were able to match that versus Duke, especially in the first half. But it is on full display just how dominant this front court play can be. I love talking about the front court players.
Really? Why?
Like guards just get a lot of love.
Oh, do they?
Give point forward some love.
Did you play, Candace? What position?
I mean,
forget.
I played the toughest.
Oh, okay.
I played the toughest position, you know? The forward. That's tough. You got to rebound and run.
Candace Parker, Brandon Gaudin, Nabil Kareem here in Vegas. Kansas, they had it in double figures. Notre Dame got it down to 4. Now it's 8. Serta way downtown. High for the rebound. Here comes Kansas.
And I think Notre Dame wanted a push off on that offensive rebounding attempt with Tout.
Tout got a hand on it. But can Notre Dame hit some outside shots eventually? 0 for 8 from downtown here in the second half.
And Kansas isn't shooting much better from beyond the arc. It's just Notre Dame is 3 for 22 from 3. Kansas 4 for 16. 2 of those coming earlier in the second half by Console.
They are going to count that basket. The officials just got together and say that that was blocked after the contact on the way down. So that's a big sequence for Notre Dame. We'll sort it out after the timeout.
You've tried losing the weight by yourself. If weight loss isn't clicking, there may be another option. Zepbound may help in your weight loss journey. Once weekly Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off. People taking Zepbound lost up to 48 pounds. Zepbound is the first and only obesity treatment of its kind. And there are multiple savings options available, even if you don't have insurance.
Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
If this is clicking for you, ask your healthcare provider about once-weekly Zepbound and check your coverage today at Zepbound.com.
Cool, iPhone 17?
I switched to T-Mobile.
You get 4 iPhone 17s on them.
Wait, who's taking the picture?
Us, plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
Smile, it's an Elfie.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival, because you know there's value in making space for your people. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Sorry for the audio issues. We are back. Tout missed it near the rim, and we will head the other direction.
And again, Tout doing a great job taking on the smaller defender on the other end, but unable to get the little bunny to go.
Approaching the 5-minute mark. White had a big first half and missed that in and out. It did everything but drop.
This is a big possession for Notre Dame right here. The ball's got to stay in Burton's hands.
He gives it up, almost threw it into the backcourt. Burton has 22. He's looking for more. Step back, blocked. What defense from McDowell.
McDowell taking on the challenge, not going for pump fake, staying down.
And look at that pass. And Tiller with a flush.
And this is like hitting rewind on the tape. How many buddy passes have we seen where it's gone from post to post? Interior passing has been on display today.
Shrewsbury silences the Kansas faithful.
And once again, they will not go away.
That was the first 3 this half for Notre Dame. They had missed their first 9. They continue to hang around. Tiller. Now Badunga.
Looked like he shuffled his feet a little bit there.
Well, the Notre Dame bench agrees with you. The ball doesn't lie, though. He misses the shot.
And Tout a number of times has taken on the challenge. I understand Badunga has had his way today, but his ability to hedge on screens and get back has been remarkable this second half.
Here is Tout. Left it short, battling. Almost tapped it back in.
And right there, this matchup underneath between Sundra and Badunga, you got to think that Kansas has got to exploit it as they bring the ball out.
White waits for the screen. Behind the back. McDowell. Big three for the Jayhawks from Jamari McDowell.
A big defensive play on one end, blocking Burton, and then coming down on the next a couple possessions later and hitting a big three.
Yeah, a couple of big plays, you're right, for the redshirt sophomore from Houston.
Yes, right here. You talk about others stepping in. Your front court has brought you to this point. McDowell doing a great job of knocking down a three. A little love from the bench.
Say yes to this ride-on golf cart. And for larger vehicles, Sam's Club Roadside Assistance. Yeah, hi, I'm on the corner of Pants and Pork Rinds. Say yes to amazing deals on 100-inch TVs and express delivery. Sit down, fellas. This is based on a true story. Oh. Say yes to Sam's Club's baked goods and to custom frosting.
Here you go, Chris.
I love it. It's perfect.
They all want the Emirates NBA Cup.
I'm gonna get that.
30 teams, 6 groups, nowhere to hide. The hungriest will advance. The rest will be left behind.
Now this is high-stakes action.
Everyone wants that cup.
But only one will capture it.
Are you kidding me? Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with
Ingrezza. #1 prescribed Ingrezza reduced TD movements by greater than 10 times, with most seeing a response as early as 2 weeks. And you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Time now for the Sam's Club plays of the game. The Bigs of Kansas, they have been sharing the rock.
Yes, and sharing is caring, especially with big to big. You've got Notre Dame that's out in a hard hedge a lot, which means that it's a big to big recovery. And the front court of Kansas has made them pay for that. You got to pick your poison at times, and Notre Dame has stuck with it, and Kansas has held it from an offensive point of view.
Our Geico assist leaderboard. 6 assists on 20 made shots for Notre Dame, 15 on 26 made shots for the Kansas Jayhawks.
And a lot of that coming from the interior passing. You look at your front court, 6 assists combined between Tiller and Badunga. And a lot of that has to do with being calm, controlled, not taking difficult, contested, physical shots, cutting at the right time, knowing one another. You add Peterson back into the mix, this Kansas team could be scary.
Darren Peterson out this tournament with a hamstring strain, but definitely going to be a lottery pick next year. So much talent for him.
Well, they're definitely going to need him back as their schedule coming up. As Harrelson finishes at the basket, their schedule coming up, you talk about Notre Dame, Syracuse, UConn, Mizzou, NC State over the next 3 weeks. They're going to be tested.
And the next one after this will be that UConn game on December 2nd. You wonder if they'll get Peterson back for that. No word on a timetable for him right now.
And Notre Dame trying to speed up the clock, not allowing Kansas to take its time. And Tiller.
That's a gamble because he's a good three-point shooter. They left him, but he missed it. Shrewsbury, how big would this be? A little flat. Now you got to start thinking about the clock here. You're approaching 90 seconds. And Notre Dame has fouls to give. Both teams do.
And Shrewsbury coming in hot, shooting nearly 40% from beyond the arc. And today knocking down just 3 of 9. If you're Notre Dame, you could get 1 or 2 of those to go. They've made runs. But now I think they have to go for 3s. They can't just settle for 2s anymore.
Trouble getting it in. Timeout is going to be taken by Bill Self. We'll step aside with him. Back in a moment. 67-59 Jayhawks.
Did you know a soccer ball weighs 14 ounces? Do you know what else can weigh about 14 ounces? Your heart. That's not a coincidence. That's what makes us dangerous. Because when you lead with one, you can take the other anywhere.
Wait, what?
Okay, guys, let's go. We can't be late for practice. I'll explain in the car.
TNT Sports coverage of the Players Area is presented by Lilly, a medicine company, and by Geico. It feels good to Geico. Out of the timeout, Council trapped. And he's going to take another timeout. So now Kansas just 1 remaining here with 92 seconds on the clock.
And Kansas burning 2 timeouts on that possession. I understand that you're looking at the clock, you're looking at the score, you're thinking this game is out of hand, but crazier things have happened. In fact, to both of these teams, basketball is a game of runs. As we see the team everyone wants to see, Houston against Syracuse.
Yeah, that'll be next. Houston, #2 in the country behind Purdue. Syracuse feel like they've got a much better team this year under Red Autry. We'll see if they can prove it next. But still some business to be determined here. Look, for Notre Dame, you're down 8 at this juncture. It's still a long road to go, but they simply have not gone away.
They haven't gone away. They've countered every run. They've done the best they can to work themselves back into the game through the paint in the second half while not shooting well from beyond the arc. But the story of the day has been Badunga. Just his dominance on both ends of the floor has been on full display.
Trouble getting it in again. Oh, that was close to a 5-second call, but now a leak out. Council with a finish.
And who else making the pass? Badunga.
He's done it all. He's got 18, 8, and 5. Missing close. That went off of Notre Dame, and now Kansas really in control here.
And Brandon, I got to tell you, it's 18, 8, 5, and 5.
Throw the blocks in there, too.
5 assists, 5 blocks. Council getting in on the action, full court, loosening up the pressure, open this game up a little bit, but
good strip by Harrelson, stays with Kansas.
And again, going back to the beginning, we were talking about the rules. Point differential matters. So these possessions matter, how you finish these games on both sides of the floor, whether you're Notre Dame or whether you're Kansas, it matters in a tournament like this. It could be decided by 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, it's one of the tiebreakers after tomorrow night's games finish. Final minute. Notre Dame only 4 fouls, so even if they foul, Kansas at this point wouldn't go to the line. Tiller. What a putback from Trey White.
no quit, got banged up the end of the first half, came back in. Is a fantastic rebounding guard as Badunga absorbs the foul. Again, right here, Tillard finished up by Trey White. Look at that. What a luxury to have. What a difficulty to block out the front court of Kansas and then turn around and have to block out an athletic guard.
Well, that's a great point, Candace, and we came on the air and you mentioned it. Against Duke, he had 22 points and 9 rebounds. He has 9 rebounds again today to go along with 16 points. You get that production from him with those bigs, it's scary.
Yeah, and good luck getting 9 rebounds with the bigs that are around you. You know, because bigs, we don't like giving rebounds to guards.
Notre Dame, they realize no point in fouling at this juncture. This will be Kansas's first power conference win after those losses to North Carolina and Duke. Tiller knocked it out.
And Coach Self getting his big fellas out of the game, as everybody that is a Jayhawks fan should be on their feet cheering for this front court. And the stats and numbers and dominance in this game that they have put up.
They were the dynamic duo today. Burton gave a great effort. He's got 24 now, but it's going to be in a losing effort. Notre Dame put up a fight, but it's the Kansas Jayhawks that get the win, 71-61. Entertaining basketball game. Ultimately, though, those bigs of Kansas just a little too much for the Fighting Irish.
Well, Kansas putting on display the ability to play off your bigs, the ability for bigs to dominate, not only blocking shots, but facilitating the offense on the other end. 5 assists for Badunga, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks. The only thing we'd say is you couldn't get one more rebound to get that nice double-double.
White, Tiller, and Badunga all were 1 rebound from a double-double. How about that? Over to Nabil with Coach Self.
Coach, both teams throwing haymakers in this game. How were you able to create that separation in the final 2-3 minutes?
You know, we haven't shot it very well at all, but we made a couple of big threes tonight, that's for sure. And you know, we didn't guard the ball very well, but our switches and stuff were pretty much on point. We did a pretty good job. So that's a good team we played, though.
Flo was so dominant on both ends of the court. Where have you seen the biggest growth in his game?
Well, he's just an improved player. You know, he's got to score off of angles and do some things athletically, and he played to his athletic ability today, and he's getting better each and every week.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, you bet.
You can see that growth and this team growing again without Darren Peterson, but they get the win over Notre Dame to improve to 4-2 on the young season. We're not done, though. There's still a lot more basketball to come here on TNT and over on True TV as well from Vegas. Syracuse and Houston will be our next game. For Nabil Kareem, Candace Parker, and the rest of our TNT crew, I'm Brandon Gutton saying so long for now from Vegas. After the break, we'll send it to